Very good evening to all brothers and sisters in the Dhamma. Today is 16 October 2025, Thursday class. So we are continuing our sharing from our Heart Sutra second edition book. We are at page 176, chapter 35 and 36. Okay, as usual, we will have our physical puja. 南无本师释迦牟尼佛，南无本师释迦牟尼佛，南无本师释迦牟尼佛，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无观世音菩萨，南无阿弥陀佛，南无阿弥陀佛，南无阿弥陀佛。南无阿弥陀佛，南无阿弥陀佛，南无阿弥陀佛，南无药师佛，南无药师佛，南无药师佛，南无普贤菩萨，南无普贤菩萨，南无普贤菩萨，南无地藏王菩萨，南无地藏王菩萨，南无地藏王菩萨。南无佛菩萨，南无佛菩萨，南无佛菩萨。阿拉汉萨玛萨布多巴嘎瓦，布当巴嘎วัน当阿比瓦迪米。苏卡多巴嘎瓦达达摩。Dhammang namasami Supatipanno bhagavato sāvaka sangho Sanghang namami Namo tassa bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo tassa bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo tassa bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Buddhang saranang gacchami Dhammang saranang gacchami Sanghang saranang gacchami Dutiyampi buddhang gacchami Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami Panatipata veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami Adinadana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami Kamesu miccācara veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami Musawada veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami Surameraya majjapamadatthana veramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, let's pay respect to Puja. Buddhang pujemi. Dhammang pujemi. Sanghang pujemi. By now, all of you should be familiar with the importance of training your mind to be aware within, then stabilizing it to be ever mindful, leading to heedfulness. Yeah. So this awareness-based meditation is very simple when you understand. Technically, to meditate is to develop the meditative mind, which is the internal tranquility and stillness of mind. When you are without thought, that is your true mind. That is your meditative mind. And it's basically your silent mind. The mind that is completely silent, quiet, and without thought. So the fastest way to develop it is to understand what this meditative mind is. So when we understand that it is just a pure awareness nature within, without thought, then we should not verbalize. We should not approach it using thought. What we should do is we develop the support for us to realize this silent within. And the first support, which is easiest and most important, is just to relax completely body and mind. When you can relax body and mind and be at ease with all situations, then you are in the meditative state. But most people cannot do that because throughout the day they have been heedlessly thinking, lost in thought, creating all the thought activity through their own heedlessness, which could be their worry, their anxiety, their unfinished brain activity, or things that they need to attend to, which they have given importance to. That is what attachment is all about. Then when you have fear, worry, anxiety, the mind becomes restless. That's why it cannot stop thinking. So to relax is not easy for these people. You have to really have the ability to be completely relaxed, without worry, without any problem. That's why to be completely relaxed is to be completely free your mind, body and mind completely at ease, without any problem. So relaxation is key. When you can relax, there is no tension, no stress, no resistance. Then there is no thought activity to resist the nature's flow or healing that come from your life force, your true nature's energy that manifests from your karmic nature. So this life force is the energy that you receive from your karmic nature that manifests through the karmic process. And that one, when you are without thought to resist it, can heal you, can cause you to recover, recuperate. And this is the energy that your body needs, especially your organs. They need this life force energy that is without any resistance, created by worry, fear, anxiety, by thought process. So to meditate is to understand all this, then relax, then just be at ease, let things be, no resistance, nothing. Feel yourself soothingly relaxed and at ease, both body and mind completely. Then just let things be. then the only thing you need to do is to maintain the inner awareness, which is your true mind, the pure awareness nature within without thought. That is just awareness, nothing else. So you maintain awareness within to be aware of the pure awareness nature, to be one with that, so that no thinking arises, no thought arises. So relax body and mind, maintain awareness. Then stabilize this awareness by not creating unnecessary thinking or thought. But as a human being, we have our sense bases. Then there are sense data constantly impinging upon our sense bases. Then we have this memory, which is the brain, with its views, opinion, conditioning, and belief system, etc., that constantly create thought, or what we call heedless thinking. Because of this accumulated memory, fear, phobia, worry, anxiety, these give rise to causes and conditions for thought to arise. That's why thought arises through memory. Without memory, there is no thought, like a newborn baby. Then when thought arises, because we don't have the understanding, we are not trained in sati or mindfulness, leading to heedfulness, we tend to engage with the thinking. Through perception, you recall through memory what this thing is. Then based on your views, opinion, conditioning, and belief system, you react and stir your mind. You react and stir your mind at every moment of consciousness. When you see something, hear something, smell something, taste something, tactily feel something, or recall through memory something. Whatever you perceive within your mundane mind or thought process, it will create movement of mind. We call it the mind stir and react to sense experience, to whatever you perceive, you come to perceive. And through your own views, opinion, conditioning, and belief system, you stir your mind and react. That's why there is no peace. And this movement creates thinking. That's why in the teaching, the Buddha taught us the 5 mental hindrances that will hinder our mind from entering the meditative state of inner peace, inner calmness, and inner awareness. What are they? The first two is the duality that arises, the like and dislike, pleasant and unpleasant sense experience, born of our own views, opinion, conditioning, and belief system. And these are called sensual desire and ill will. So these are the first two mental hindrances. They are a pair. They arise from the evil roots of greed and hatred. So most of the time, living beings without wisdom, this duality continue to haunt them, and they stir their mind so habitually, so repeatedly, until it becomes habitual. That's why habitual tendencies are very difficult to root out. And the next one is sloth and torpor. When the mind does not understand and does not see the interest or importance of training the mind to be heedful, to develop the meditative experience, to insight in the phenomena, to realize the truth, then this mind actually can become sleepy when it has nothing to do. Especially people who think a lot. When you ask them to meditate, they close their eye, they tend to doze off or sleep. Or sometimes too much problem, too much worry, thing. Then their mind become restless, they think a lot. Their fear, their worry, their attachment, their unfinished life situation that haunt them. So all this fear, phobia, insecurity keep on manifesting, leading to restlessness of mind. And most people have this restlessness of mind because they didn't live their life properly. They create heedless thinking. Means they didn't keep their precept, they violate their precept. They kill, they cause harm, they commit mischief, murder. Then they develop all the what they call violence. Then they need to lie, or speak harshly, or heedless, frivolous activity of mind, leading to what we call the habitual lying. So all this manifests because they break the precept. They are selfish. They have motive within. That's why they lie. They cheat. They deceive. So all this create problems. Then when this has been committed, it violates nature's law. Sometimes it's the nature's law, like society's law. It can lead to police case, or even what we call CBT, etc. Then there is this fear of being caught, fear of being discovered that they have violated the society's law, leading to criminal activity, etc. Or sometimes they deceive their wives, their loved ones. And all this arises because they commit sexual misconduct. Then finally is when they partake in toxicant drugs that can make their consciousness dull and low. Then through that heedless state of mind, they commit a lot of wrong things. And when they become sober again, they develop the memory, then they recall what happened, then fear arises, worry arises, anxiety. So this leads to restlessness of mind. So fear, worry, anxiety, and restlessness of mind, they are related. That's why all these mental hindrances, they are very powerful. Then the last one is, when we don't have the faith and the confidence and the understanding of life, we tend to have doubt. We are not sure. We doubt many things. So doubt is another mental hindrance. When there is doubt, we lack faith, we lack confidence in the Buddha and his teaching. Then we don't know how to act. So doubt, fear, worry, anxiety, and restlessness of mind, they are very powerful mental hindrance. It hinders your mind from entering the meditative state of inner peace, inner calmness, and inner awareness. Means your mind cannot be peaceful on its own because of all this fear, worry, anxiety, sorrow, lamentation, sensual desire, ill will, the mental hindrance. Yeah. So understanding all this will allow you to mitigate them. So the only way to overcome them is to cultivate the opposite, find spiritual faculty, that can enable you to overcome the mental hindrance and at the same time develop the ability to understand spiritual teaching. That's why they are called spiritual faculty. And there are also 5. Saddha, which is faith in the Buddha and his teaching, is one of them. Then after Saddha, we have Virya, spiritual zeal or tenacity to go this way. After we have developed the faith. Then the third spiritual faculty is Sati, mindfulness, awareness, the silent mind. That is what the meditative mind is. So when there is faith, then you have Virya to drive you. Then you will cultivate Sati, mindfulness. That's why you relax body and mind, maintain awareness, then stabilize the awareness until Sati becomes very stable. Then this is a free mind in the state of Sati without thought. It's not a conditioned state. So this one need wisdom, need understanding for you to be in that state. That's why the natural state of mind, which is your meditative mind, need to be realized through an understanding. Without understanding, living beings think a lot. They are heedless. They have a lot of mental hindrance, fear, worry, anxiety, sorrow, lamentation, etc. So understanding all this is very important. So with this first 3 support, you should be able to develop the meditative mind. Where when you just relax body and mind, you don't think. You maintain awareness, you also don't think. Then you stabilize this inner awareness. It will let you realize your true mind, which is the silent mind within. And that state of mind, which is tranquility, stillness, is our true mind, our pure awareness nature. It's just aware without thought. So when you stabilize that, Sati become ever mindful. Then when you use it to cultivate the Noble Eightfold Path as taught by the Buddha, or to meditate, to silence and to observe what is going on, to develop the wisdom. So silent observation of what is the reality give rise to wisdom. That is, according to the Buddha, to see things as they are, with no interference from your memory, your thought process, your views, opinion, conditioning, belief system, knowledge, etc. So this is a very important understanding. Okay, with this, I will let you develop the awareness-based meditation. I will set the alarm for 30 minutes. Then after that, you mindfully come out of the meditation. And whatever inner peace, inner calmness, and inner awareness that you have developed, try to stabilize it. Use it to develop the stability of daily mindfulness, leading to heedfulness throughout the day. Okay. Okay, you can slowly, mindfully come out of the meditation. Try to maintain whatever inner peace, inner calmness, and inner awareness that you have developed for as long as you can. These are the mind states that will make you ever mindful, constantly meditative, thereby developing the ability to be heedful throughout the day. And the moment you establish the stability of this heedfulness, you will know how to meditate on your own, and you will progress very fast. We will recite the invocation to the Devas. In this universe, in their entirety, let the deities and Devas come here. Let them hear the good teachings of the King of Sages, which gives heaven and release Nibbana. This is the time to listen to the teaching. This is the time to listen to the teaching. This is the time to listen to the teaching. Samanta chiyakawa lesu atra gacha tu devata saddhammang munirajasa sunantu sakamokadang Dhamma Savanan Kalo Ayang Badanta Dhamma Savanan Kalo Ayang Badanta Dhamma Savanan Kalo Ayang Badanta Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Iti Peso Bhagava Arahang Samma Sambuddho Vijja Charana Sampanno Sukhato Lokavidu Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarati Satta Deva Manusanang Buddho Bhagavati Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditiko Akaliko Ehipasiko Opanaiko Pajyatang Veditabo Vinohiti Supatipanno Bhagavato Saukasangho Ujupatipanno Bhagavato Saukasangho Nyayapatipanno Bhagavato Saukasangho Samicipatipanno Bhagavato Saukasangho Yadidang Chatari Purisa Yukani Atta Purisa Pugala Esa Bhagavato Saukasangho Ahuneyo Pahuneyo Dakineyo Anjali Karaniyo Anuttarang Punyang Ketang Lokasati Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu. Okay, you all can be seated. Then just maintain some form of attention or mindfulness. Then we will start. We'll continue from where we stop. We are at page 176, a new chapter, chapter 35 and 36. Is based on the short note taken at that time, where we share the Heart Sutra. I think it's in the year 2012 until 2013. So this one is a 3-hour session. Every Sunday we have the 3 to 6 p.m. classes. Then we normally start off with the afternoon Puja, followed by our Dhamma Sharing. Then after that, we have our 45 minutes of awareness-based meditation before we have the last session, which is meditation reporting, followed by whatever question, Q&A session. Okay, the topic that day was how to develop the heedfulness needed to cultivate the meditation. So this is a very important topic. We are the last lesson 34. We dwell quite a lot into heedfulness. Then now, the question that often asked by Kayamitas or even cultivator of the way at that time is, what is heedfulness? Then how do we develop the cultivation to meditate? So how do we develop the heedfulness? I think we have dwelled quite deep into it. Where this, according to the Buddha, is the most important mind quality or mind state. Whereas with heedfulness, we are destined for enlightenment, according to the Buddha. Dhammapada verse 21, 22, and 23. The first three verses on the Apamada Varga, or the sayings of the Buddha, according to his Dhammapada verses, the section on heedfulness. Verse 21, the Buddha opening statement is very powerful. He said, heedfulness is the path to the deathless. The heedful never die. Whereas heedlessness is the path to the dead. The heedless are as if dead. So this points towards a very important understanding. Without heedfulness, you don't stand a chance. You are as if dead. Means spiritually, you are like a dead person. You don't have the spiritual life. But human beings may be conscious of life, and they tend to exist a true life. I don't call it actual living in its actual sense, where when there is lack of understanding, we don't really live life. We exist a true life. Although we are conscious, but we are hardly mindful or aware within. That's why you cannot develop heedfulness. You cannot develop the spiritual understanding to awaken, to realize the truth, to develop the enlightenment in the here and the now. So understanding that is very important. Then verse 22, 23 reconfirm what heedfulness is and the importance of it. After explaining to the cultivator and the bhikkhu at that time, the monks, importance of heedfulness, next he proceeds to verse 22, Dhammapada verse 22. He said, distinctly able to distinguish between heedfulness and heedlessness. The wise one, they were intent on heedfulness. And when they do that, they will rejoice in the rhyme of the Aryas. Means, again, they will join the noble ones, the Aryas. That's why you will also become enlightened. Then Dhammapada verse 23 confirm everything. He also defined to us what heedfulness is. He said, the ever mindful, constantly meditative, and steadfast one. they will realize the supreme born-free Nibbana, means enlightenment in the here and the now. So to be mindful, stabilizing it to be ever mindful, then use it to meditate is heedfulness. So heedfulness equals to ever mindful, constantly meditative. How do we develop this quality of ever mindful state of mind? First, we need to train our mind to be mindful first. And what is mindfulness? Mindfulness is just an awareness without the thought. Or I used to define as mindfulness is an awareness before the knowing, before you perceive something or know something, before you arise a thought. That's why it's a silent observation of the reality or truth. So that silent observation is a direct seeing things as they are. So it just develops the awareness of things. And there is no one to be aware within. Like the Buddha said, in the seeing, it's just the consciousness, the pure seeing consciousness that is capable of observation. That's it. And there is no one to see. When there is no one to see, there is no observer, there is no ego, there is no atta, there is no entity that verbalizes or develop the thought, activity and movement. Means there is no egoic mind. It's just a silent inner awareness, observing. And that is what sati is. So when you develop the training of the mind to be aware, means that is developing sati. But the key understanding is very important. The moment you are without thought, based on the definition that I given you, you are already aware. Means the awareness nature will manifest the moment you are without thought. Where that is your true mind, your original mind. That is your primordial true mind, silent mind, within pure awareness nature. And that nature was there prior to life. The moment the form and mind arise, that nature is within. But living being, because of ignorance, delusion, and all the what they call karmic conditioning, fail to realize that, because they are so conditioned into using thought to live their life, creating all the thought process. That's why we, since young, when we are born into this world, we are very pure, naive, in the sense that our senses are not fully developed, but they are there. Then you are capable of just pure awareness. That's why the baby is very innocent, very cute. It just see things as they are, hear things as they are, know what nothing. Means that pure observation without memory to interpret, to perceive. It just responds naturally. Then how do we learn to be sophisticated human beings? That's why that conditioning that comes from life. The person that raised you could be your parents, your nanny, or your guardian, or whoever. And what do they teach you? The usual traditional way. Then now maybe they think they have progressed. They introduce more educational thing. Now the handphone is a common thing. The what they call computer, or the what they call the pad is what? Tablet. They let them play. They have music. They have all the video or whatever. Then they teach. Then the kid learn. And actually, initially, because they don't have thought, they are very observant. They learn through observation. But then the conditioning take over. Then when the conditioning take over, they are no longer observing. They are using knowledge to remember things. That's why memory starts to come in. Then they are taught knowledge instead of wisdom or understanding, born of direct observation, direct seeing. And all this is the result of millennium, aeons and aeons of birth and death, until the karmic conditioning, everything, the DNA all already coded. Then of course there is a law of karma that makes things even more complicated. But for those who know how to make use of all this and develop the understanding, then it becomes like useful, not really that complicated. But very few living beings or human beings can really have the condition to develop that. Well, most people end up in using their thought process for the intellectual, to develop all the knowledge, the intellect, and become like very good in the academic field. They have a lot of academic knowledge. Then sometimes they have the educational title. They end up becoming graduate, then postgraduate. Then they develop a lot of very specialized training. That's why they end up as a master degree, PhD, and very specialized specialists and all this thing. And all this involve most of the time thought activity, memory, and that usual type of learning, where you learn through analytical, thought analysis, reasoning. So when you start to do this, you actually make use of thought. So thought is also useful. It has its place in life. But thought-based activity lead to knowledge. That's why they will progress very fast. They will develop scientific knowledges, academic knowledges. And all this knowledge will bring forth like understanding in the worldly sense. It's not wisdom. And because of that, living beings get themselves like distracted instead of going after wisdom to understand life, so that we know how to live life, so that there is no suffering. But materialistic concern or ambition tend to overshadow the need for what we call developing the understanding through wisdom, or developing the wisdom to understand life and to live life. Well, when you have wisdom to understand life and live life, most of these people who develop all this, they are not good in achieving materialistic success like financial well-being, and also success in life, having high position, powerful position, and all these things. So what happened is, thought take precedence, and that become the instrument of living. That's a thought-based activity leading to knowledge society. That's why we have progress in the IT field, the what we call scientific field, then also all the various type of academic field, studies and all those things. Even in humanity, arts and many other fields nowadays, where civilization has evolved and progressed until it has become more and more sophisticated. And the need for all this has actually revolutionized the way we live life, especially the advent of computers, artificial intelligence, the learning all different. And we also develop very powerful machine, computing power. Of course, come with all this nuclear ability and all those things. And all these are the reality of life and existence, humanity as we evolve. All this will come to be. So the progress of science, technology, and all this so-called new manifestation of knowledge-based activity will continue to evolve. And the luring or the thing that attract living being is so much more powerful, because the spiritual life, most people aim to be enlightened, that's it. But some aim for psychic ability or this thing. But most people, unless they have problem, they won't go into spiritual training. They most of the time will go into career, materialistic success, pursue their career path. Can be any field that can bring about success in life and maybe become famous. They're having a lot of power that can make them different, believing that with that money and the power they can have the good life, they can rule the world, they can control and develop all it. That's why all this become a distraction. It draw and lead to a lot of negativity of action, speech and thought that bring about the adverse effect of karma. That's why we have so much problem in the world nowadays, because of delusion, human selfishness, human emotion, and human delusion, especially ignorance. So all this will manifest. Okay, we go back to the notes. Then now I will teach you the actual thing. So like I explained just now, if you understand why we end up like that, it's so difficult to come back to the true mind or pure mind state, pure awareness state, like when we are born as a newborn baby. Is because of society's conditioning, thought-based activity that emphasize on knowledge, etc. So all this cause living being to be heedless, but most of them, the overemphasis and use of thought has led to thought-based activity, which is actually leading them away from spiritual activity or spiritual life cultivation. So to develop heedfulness like we have gone through in the earlier discussion, which is the most important mind state, where without this heedfulness or apamada in Pali, you are as if dead. You don't stand a chance. Spiritually, you are as if dead. Then we develop the understanding of what is heedfulness. To be heedful, there are two parts. We have to be ever mindful, constantly meditative. So the first part, ever mindful, to do that, we need to train our mind to be mindful. And we have defined for you what is mindfulness. To be mindful is to be aware without thought. So mindfulness is an awareness before the knowing, before the arising of thought. So how can you be in that state? Means don't think, but living being cannot. They think a lot because they are heedless. They are so conditioned, so much habitual tendency developed, so much heedless thinking, the wrong use of our sense bases and the thinking process, the thought process, the memory. They accumulated all our views, opinion, conditioning, belief system, etc. So that one, the more you accumulate, that is the beginning of registration. That's why the beginning of thought is the beginning of registration. When you register through your memory all of your experiences, good and bad, all of your views, opinion, conditioning and belief system, that molds the individual into what they are. Their character, their whatever emotion, the way they identify themselves actually comes from that memories. So this memory, when they are there, they create a lot of thinking. Where thought is respond to all these accumulated memories, views, opinion, conditioning, even your emotion, your phobia, your insecurity, how your mind stir and react. All these are due to your accumulated views, opinion, conditioning, belief system, etc. That's why the beginning of thought is the beginning of registration. And thought is respond to memory. And this is how it makes living being heedless, think a lot. That's why the mental hindrance manifests because we do not train our mind to have the 5 spiritual faculty of Saddha, Virya, Sati, Samadhi and Panya. And because of that, living beings find it very difficult to meditate, because the moment they are told to meditate, they will never thought what is meditation and what is heedfulness. Because without understanding heedfulness, which is the spiritual instrument needed to cultivate the meditation as taught by the Buddha, we cannot start technically. So with all this understanding, now I go into the notes that I prepared for you. Then you all will be able to understand better. So I will read to you the answer. I explain, I say, to develop the heedfulness needed to cultivate the meditation as taught by the Buddha, one must at least understand what is heedfulness. True or not? That's why I already defined just now. Then, once you know what is heedfulness, then you train your mind to develop it. Then after that, you must understand what is the meditation as taught by the Buddha in order to start the meditation. It is just like you have a problem in life. and you gullibly went to a meditation teacher or a spiritual guy, and he said to you, don't worry, just meditate and your problem will be resolved. Is this going to be useful? If you do not even want to find out for yourself what your problem actually is, then how can you start solving your problem if you don't even know what your problem is? Similarly with meditation, if you do not understand what meditation is, or what is the meditation as taught by the Buddha, then how can you start developing it? Meditation and cultivation must be understood. That's why meditation and cultivation must be done with understanding, so that one is not gullible. Then we move on. Dhammapada verse 21, 22, 23, I already explained. They already stressed the importance of heedfulness. So heedfulness must be a part of us in order for us to realize enlightenment, so that we can have the spiritual life, so that we can develop the wisdom to understand life and be free from suffering in life. Then continuous heedfulness is the key to the noble life. Why? Because the key factor to become heedful is ever mindful. So continuous heedfulness will lead to constant mindfulness, ever mindful state of mind. So without this continuous mindfulness or awareness within, we can never become noble ones or enlightened ones. Those without heedfulness cannot become enlightened. Then I put there, please refer to the earlier 34 lesson, 34 Heart Sutra lesson notes for the detailed explanation of what heedfulness is. So all this I explained just now also. Then the next one is very important. As meditation is a very general words, it is important to understand the meditation as taught by the Buddha. The real meditation as taught by the Buddha is to develop the wisdom via insight into the three universal characteristics of nature, which is anicca, dukkha, and anatta, or in the English translation is the universal characteristics of impermanence, suffering state, and non-self or empty nature or existence. Means all phenomena, they are dependent originating, condition arising, not a permanent and changing entity which you can cling on to, hold on to, grasp onto and say, this is me, this is I, therefore all this can be mine. There is no such thing. So if you develop the real meditation as taught by the Buddha, you will be able to realize the wisdom via insight into the three universal characteristics of anicca, dukkha, and anatta. And why is this important? Well, when you penetrate these three universal characteristics, it will give you wisdom. It will prevent you from sakkayaditthi or self-delusion, so that you can be at peace with all situations, wherever you are. Means anywhere, any place, any time. And in the teaching, this type of peace is called upadhi viveka. There are three types of peace. First one is kaya viveka, physical renunciation. Then citta viveka, mental renunciation. Then upadhi viveka is wisdom, renunciation. Means with wisdom, you are at peace. You don't need physical seclusion or mental seclusion to be peaceful. So this understanding is very important. But most people, like I explained just now, they are not interested in this type of meditation unless they have problems. Because this type of meditation only gives rise to wisdom and supposed to make you enlightened so that you don't suffer anymore. These are for people who are in need of this type of understanding to be free from suffering. But then, there are a lot of realities that manifest in life, like the Buddha's teaching, the First Noble Truth, the 8 realities of life and existence. These are common reality that all living beings, including human beings, are subject to. And it's common to all humanity, not only unique to each and every one of us in particular. No, if you live life long enough, you will experience them. So when you experience them, you encounter suffering if you don't have this type of teaching, the Dhamma, that lead to the wisdom, the insight into the 3 universal characteristics, so that you are not deluded by the former mind, by the so-called saccadity or self-delusion, so that you don't grasp, you don't cling, you don't hold, and you don't entangle yourself, so that you are at peace at all times. The mind is free. But then, this type of training, even you realize it, it doesn't guarantee you wealth, status, everything. It just manifests the wisdom and let you have the understanding not to be deceived. But if you are in the spiritual field, this is most important. But most human beings are not in the spiritual field. That's why they are not interested in this. That's why to them is, what the hell is all this mindfulness, awareness, heedfulness? He said, I got no time. I better spend time on how to develop my financial freedom, how to be successful in my career, in my life. Means starting with your childhood, leading to academic success, then career success, then financial freedom and success, then status, fame, everything. And this is what the world wants. That's why mainly academic, thought-based, career, importance and approach. And because of that, people find it like not interesting to go into spiritual field unless there is a what they call urge from the past. But human beings are very weird. But the problem is, even most who try to venture into the spiritual field, not everyone is successful. In fact, it's only a handful. And it's not easy. That's why this understanding is very important, what I have been trying to share with you all. Understanding what is heedfulness and how to use this to meditate. And what is the meditation as taught by the Buddha. So based on what I have defined to you, the real meditation as taught by the Buddha is to develop the wisdom. We are insight into the 3 universal characteristics of anicca, dukkha, and anatta, so as to be at peace with all situations, wherever you are while living life. The upadi viveka. So based on this, whatever you do in the name of meditation, if it can lead to insight into this universal characteristic, then that is the meditation as taught by the Buddha. And in the teaching, it's very systematically laid out and taught. So this so-called wisdom is not thought-based. That's why in the teaching, the Buddha explained what the three jewels or the triple gem is. These are the most precious among the precious stones. That is called gemstone. And what are the triple gem? The Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. And we are always advised to take refuge in the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. And we need to understand what they are. That's why we chant the salutation to the Buddha, the 9 universal virtue, great virtue of the Buddha, Sammasambuddha. Then we also need to know what constitutes the teaching of the Dhamma as taught by the Buddha. So this salutation to the Dhamma defines clearly what this Dhamma is. Then in the definition, the key or core characteristic is well expounded is the Dhamma by the Buddha. Then what is this Dhamma is key, universal characteristic. This Dhamma is sanditiko, can be realized in the here and now before you die. Means enlightenment can be achieved before one dies. Then this Dhamma is akaliko, beyond thought, beyond time. That's why if you develop the thought-based approach, it can never lead to this type of Dhamma, this type of awakening. That's why this Dhamma need to be realized through the pure mind, the pure awareness nature, the silent mind, which is beyond thought, beyond mind. That's why it is not easy to understand and to discover. And what is sati also, not many people really understand, and how to develop it is even more difficult. Then how to train and realize that true mind, the silent mind, the pure mind, is even more difficult. So all this make it what it is. And the entanglement is a lot. That's why it's not easy. So if you know that is the characteristic, akaliko, then we need to train our mind to develop this mindfulness, stabilize it to be ever mindful, then use it to insight into phenomena, to awaken, to realize the three universal characteristics, to observe the silent observation of what is the reality, to develop the wisdom and the understanding. The paticca samuppada, which is Dhamma, Chitta Niyama. Then Karma Niyama is the law of karma. You need to have mindfulness to see too, and the extensive cultivation to understand this law. But this law is very complicated and the most complex, where it has a lot of possibility and variation. Then finally is to develop Dhamma Niyama, means Dhamma is truth, which is the teachings of the Buddha. So this one is a universal order of truth. So the law of karma, law of mind, and law of truth is taught by the Buddha. And you can only develop all this understanding with the silent mind, with heedfulness, with awareness. That's why when you are trained in sati, stabilize it, then use it to observe and to insight into phenomena. That is meditation. That's why the word vipassana, which is the so-called awareness-based meditation. In fact, vipassana consists of two words. The universal characteristics are anicca, dukkha, and anatta. Passana is to insight into this universal characteristic. So vipassana is Whatever meditation that can bring about the insight into the three universal characteristics of anicca, dukkha, and anatta is vipassana. And that is the awareness-based meditation as taught by the Buddha. So, vipassana has to come from heedfulness, mindfulness, awareness. But that silent mind that is observing without thought, seeing things as they are, the direct seeing, can insight into phenomena and awaken, and can develop the wisdom born of direct seeing. So all this points towards the awareness, pure awareness nature within, the silent mind, the meditative mind, that meditate without thought. That's why thought-based approach can never realize the Dhamma that is akaliko. Then apart from akaliko, it is also ehipassiko. So ehipassiko is you are welcome to put it to test because it is the truth. It will stand up to investigation. That's why these unique characteristics of the Dhamma is sanditiko, akaliko, and ehipassiko. Then the next unique characteristic is opanayiko, leading inwards to our nature, which is at the heart area. Then the final characteristic is pacetang veditapo venohiti, can be only realized by the wise, each for themselves, nobody else. This Dhamma only the wise can awaken to through the pure awareness nature, through the mind that is in the state of heedfulness, ever mindful, constantly meditating. So that is the real meaning. That's why when you understand all this, meditation becomes very simple. You will not be gullible. You will not do all those thought-based approach that can trap you and cause deviation. That's why all the salutation to the Buddha, Dhamma, and even the Sangha, the characteristics of the enlightened disciple of the Buddha, they are all clearly defined. Kok Loon is here tonight with us. Then I will move on. After this, I will move on. To develop it, we have to develop the support. I have taught you. Relax, maintain awareness, then stabilize the awareness. So I here summarize it as fully relax and be aware with the first two support. Relax body and mind and maintain awareness. We fully relax and be aware to develop the wisdom born of the direct seeing. If you have not stabilized your awareness, your mind is not stable enough to develop the direct seeing. But the direct seeing needs the stability of mindfulness that is without thought. If upon seeing something or perceiving something through your senses, you stir your mind and create thought, then you are no longer in that state of sati. You are no longer ever mindful, constantly meditating. Means your mind has stirred, waver. So that is very important. Then the other criteria is the thought must not interfere. Means the memory, your views, opinion, belief system, conditioning, they must not, even habitual tendency, they must not come and interfere with what you see. Because the moment they interfere through all your conditioning, concept, everything, then your mind will develop the movement. That's why it happens so often until it becomes habitual tendency. That's why habitual tendency are very difficult to root out. And that is the cause of heedlessness. Then here I define very clearly the real meditation. I say, once you can do that, fully relax and be aware to develop the wisdom born out of direct seeing, with the thought not interfering, then what happens? There is just clarity of mind. Means this mind is unwavering. It does not stir, does not react to sense. It can see things as they are. Just clarity, leading to the awakening or insight into the three universal characteristics of anicca, dukkha, and anatta. You just silence your mind with a pure awareness to observe. Then at the moment of seeing, hearing, smell, taste, tactile, and thought process, you are all the time in sati. That's why the specific phenomena awareness will follow you. And through that, you will awaken. You will insight into its universal character. Where through the silent observation, you suddenly understand the universal characteristic, that they are all dependent originating phenomena, not a permanent unchanging entity. And because of that, you also see the link between the nature's law, the paticca samuppada, the 12 links that manifest to explain clearly how your mind arises and passes away, and how you function as a human being, following the citta niyama, paticca samuppada. And once you develop all this understanding, then you are no longer gullible. Then you will understand the universal characteristics of suffering. If one thing your way which is not in accordance with nature's way, then you suffer. That's why the Buddha said, whatever arises, there are causes and conditions behind. Means all these conditions set already. The flow of life and existence will go this way, cannot be otherwise. But if you want thing your way, which is not nature's condition and way, then you suffer. That's why that universal characteristic become very clear. That's why you have to accept that reality. See things as they are and accept that reality, that nature is like that. Condition like that, things will like that. Cannot be otherwise. Then there is wisdom. Otherwise you will stir your mind and react and want things your way. That's why you have attachment, craving, leading to suffering, affliction, etc. Then finally, after you realize the impermanent universal characteristic and the suffering, you will understand the third characteristic. If everything is dependent, originating, condition, arising, causal phenomena, then what is life? As real as it can be, is only within the moment, the present moment awareness, like we have gone through. It is the only reality and the highest in life. And how stable is the present moment? It is so transient. The moment you talk about it, arise, already gone, pass away. So when you are mindful and aware and you see the phenomena arise and pass away, and that is the only reality, Split second is the end gone, and that is the highest in life, That is the present moment awareness, which is the only reality and highest in life. Then how real can life be? Because it's so transient. Split second, then he know you, he know me. Just phenomena, following all the causes and conditions, dependent orientating, arising and pass away, arising and pass away. Split second is the end gone. Split second is the end gone. He know you, he know me. Then you suddenly awaken. All this while have been deceived. There is no such thing as a atta, or a permanent unchanging entity that I can cling on to, grasp onto and say, this is me, this is I. Especially our human form and mind, the so-called human being. We can never believe this is not real, this is not you. Because since birth until now, it has been following you. If they are not you, then why did they arise in you? Without mindfulness, without awareness, you cannot see all this. You cannot awaken the three universal characteristics of nature. That's why you cannot become enlightened. Then I read on the next paragraph, you understand. After you have insight into the three universal characteristics of anicca, dukkha, anatta via the silent mind or the pure awareness, then the mind that is awakened liberates. And the mind that is liberated is so free. That's why that free mind, no suffering, no affliction, nothing. For it understands that all of phenomena, whether physical, mental, or nature's phenomena, they are all empty, unreal. For they are all conditioned arising phenomena, causal phenomena, dependent, originating, following nature's law. This is deep penetrative wisdom. Okay? We better stop here, because almost near to 10 o'clock already. Okay, I'll mark where we stop. Now we come back to our second session, which is meditation, reporting, followed by whatever question that you may have, Dhamma discussion and question, Q&A. So today's topic is very interesting, understanding heedfulness and the meditation as taught by the Buddha, and in fact the whole of the core teaching that are related to heedfulness and meditation has been discussed.
Good evening, Brother Teo, Mrs. Teo, and fellow Kaya Mitas. Firstly, I would like to apologize for being late.
No problem.
Just finished work and
You have to
fetch my daughter from school.
And you need to take a bath.
And thanks for allowing me to come for
No problem. In fact, we have all the time today.
Perhaps maybe I can share a bit of Dhamma in my daily life.
That one very useful.
On a certain particular incident that happened to me 1.5 months ago.
Wow, sadhu.
So it was a Friday. It was a Friday night. And being a Friday night, normally me and my kids and my wife, at the end of the day, we would either go out for a movie or for dinner. So that particular night, as we were going out, normally we would close the gate before we exit and ensure we have a dog. The dog is still in the house. But that day, when we left the house, we closed the gate, and as we got into our car, which is outside the house, suddenly the gate opened by itself.
Okay.
I guess maybe when we sat down,
accidentally.
We may have accidentally pressed the auto gate. I mean, for those online, actually, I live on the landed house. House. So we have an auto gate. So we have this dog, and the dog on that day and that night, there was a cat across the street.
Oh, okay.
So suddenly the gate opened, and then my dog dashed out into the middle of the road to chase the cat.
The cat.
Of course, dog being dog, they will always chase cat. Cat being cat, they will always run away.
Sometimes they fight back.
Cat is fast.
Very fast.
So this happened very fast. So when my dog ran out to chase the cat immediately ran away on another direction. And there was an oncoming car. So the cat saw the oncoming car, and cat managed to swerve away from the car. But because my dog was running in such a fast momentum, he ran straight into the car. The car was coming down. So the car rolled over my dog. So this is a big car. It's a big BMW SUV.
SUV.
So I thought, gone. So the dog actually was rolled over by two wheels. And it was in the middle of the road. So for 5 seconds, we all froze. We thought the dog was gone. But then the dog actually stood up a little bit and then just slowly staggered. So of course we went to try to get the dog. The dog was crying. But this car rolled down, and then the car went down. It didn't even stop. So I thought, this guy didn't even stop. But then the next thing came to our mind, we better send our dog to the nearest vet. So actually the guy came back,
Oh.
Then he's an Indian man. He said, the first thing he said was, where did this bloody dog came from? I didn't even see it. Then I said, this dog is my dog.
Okay.
So at that moment, there was actually some anger in me that like suddenly come up.
Yeah, that emotion went up.
But then when I look at him in the eye, then I don't know why, I just say, it's okay, it's an accident. There's nothing you could have done. Because it happened so fast.
Correct, yes.
Then he looked at me and he said, okay, you let me know what I can do so that I can do something to pay for the medical fee. Then I told him, it's alright because it's an accident. You don't have to pay. But thanks for stopping by And also sorry for anything that happened. So immediately we sent the dog. I looked for on the phone, where's the nearest vet? We actually was all panicking. Then we found one nearest one, took some x-ray. Luckily no bones were broken.
Wow, very good.
We took some x-ray. And by the time we finished, it was like 2 hours.
Yeah.
So when we came back, it was around 11 at night.
Okay.
So after we settled down, put the dog aside, this gentleman came back a second time.
Oh.
So he rang the doorbell. Then he called me. Then he said he's sorry that this thing happened. He was on his way to a dinner with the wife.
No wonder.
So then he apologized. Then he asked to pay if there's anything he can do to pay. Then I told him the second time is it's okay, this is an accident, you don't have to pay. It just happened. Then after that the wife came down from the car. So the wife said, no, we must pay. This is our karma. So then I look at her, I was like, Then I said, maybe it's okay, it's very late, you all go back first. So that got me pondering why this person wanted to
come all the way.
Second time. So I said, never mind I let the condition if there's a condition,
let it manifest.
I will because when she said that, I was just suddenly say, if there's a condition, then I will allow him to do it. So actually, the week passed by. We were taking care of the dog. So then I think on the third day, he messaged me, because I also messaged. He messaged me, how's the dog? I said, he's recovering a little bit better. Luckily, no bones were broken. Then he asked me the third time. So please kindly allow me to contribute in any way. So after the third time that he asked, then I say, okay this is the bill. It's up to you. If you would like to
whatever amount.
So after 2 minutes, he just banged in.
The
bill was about almost 2,000 plus.
Not cheap.
I don't know why it's so expensive.
Not cheap.
Well, X-ray alone was almost, and all the stitches and everything. Came up with 2,000 plus. So money aside, this incident happened very fast. Normally, something like that. Normally if last time argue already. Will be a lot of exchanges of words.
You become angry, then emotional, then a lot of this type of heedless activity will manifest from the mind. But when we understand the Dhamma, just like what Kok Loon came to know, it is something already happened. It could be karmic or whatever, but this is a reality that has happened. So there is no such thing as blaming anybody. Even you all heard the news recently, the school shooting one. I think BU there also. Not shooting, knife. A lot of very tragic, unexpected things happen just from 2, the kid. Then the victim was just from 4. So all this, they will manifest. That's why everything is causes and condition. When causes and conditions fall into place, this thing arise and manifest. And it is the reality within life, within existence. It's for us to learn. Yeah. Then for Kok Loon's case, luckily he has the understanding and the Dhamma. Then when the sign keep on coming, means these people are sincere. And especially the wife, based on what Kok Loon described, the wife really must have told the husband, no, you have to do something. At least it will make them feel good. Then whatever it is, that sincerity, that heart, actually can resolve the future coming incident. That's why there must be no negativity. Whatever happens, don't react, don't get angry, and don't create a scene out of it, and manifest all the heedless action, speech, and thought process. And this is something that will help cultivate all the way to develop the understanding. Well, whatever happened, it already happened, understand? So that reality is. So there is no such thing as want to blame what and what, because the causes and conditions cannot be in Cantonese, come ngam or come kill, you understand? Not? Let's say by accident somehow Kok Loon must have somehow pressed the auto gate alarm, but it cannot be such precise moment that the gate opened, the dog saw the cat and just rush out, and the cat just tried to escape, then went into the direction where the moving BMW SUV is driving down. Then cat, being very alert and very fast, can just sway off, but the dog cannot. Actually, with the weight of the SUV, the accident is actually going to be very severe. It can cause damages and all those things. But luckily, all the bones were intact. And the vet also not bad, able to stitch and must have dressed the wound, all those things. Then having that couple to come back a second time, then follow up with the third request was meant to be. Like Kok Loon came to know if it's condition like that, meant to be, then let it be. Then it not only help resolve a lot of things, it make them feel very good. And I think they can also afford it because he's driving a nice car and they have the good karma and all those things. So everything will turn out well and meant to be will be. That's why this is good sharing, so that we develop the understanding. Then like Kok Loon say, if in the past without the Dhamma, without the understanding, you have reacted, and God knows what will happen. Because when you react, that person also will be affected one. They will also react. But when you have the understanding, like what Kok Loon did, don't worry, it's just an accident. You don't have to pay. I think that one also moves them, and they know they are dealing with people who also have the Dhamma and sincere. Not somebody that wanted to like take advantage of situation or whatever. So all this, they are life condition and lesson for cultivator of the way to develop understanding. And in life, a lot of things actually they can just manifest. Sometimes it's like beyond our normal understanding. How can such a thing happen? Like the school in BU, the Form 2 and the victim Form 4. And the whole school was in a state of shock. Then the affected mom, parents, children and siblings, they are all affected. They involve now the school, and now it involves even the cabinet, the government, and the minister and all those things. So these are the reality of life and existence. When it arises, it can create causes and conditions. to arise. But when the causes and conditions arise, whether we learn from it, whether we got entangled into it, or join in the so-called the you call it's not really gossip. I think you like join in the discussion and all those things, and it can actually develop into something if it's for the good of the many and with moral understanding. It can evolve something out for humanity to learn and society to learn. But in that case, I think it's not easy, because whether you learn from it or what, even if the cabinet try to improve the law, it's not going to prevent all this. Because this thing, the karmic conditioning, you cannot stop one. Meant to be will be one. Then it will manifest one. That's why you cannot say how come it's so cruel, so tragic and all those things. Because thing is just the way it is. So for Kok Loon's case, I think it's interesting, but it spoiled your dinner. Did you all still go for dinner after that?
Oh no, we didn't go for the movie lah.
Didn't go for the movie.
Supposed to watch the Fantastic Four.
Yeah. Oh, okay, okay.
But this incident, when it happened, there was another person.
Oh.
So actually, when the oncoming car that hit my dog, on the other side of the road, there was another car. But this car stopped in the middle of the road, and he stopped all the car at the back.
Oh, I like.
But we didn't realize he was there.
Yeah, very good.
He actually got down.
Yeah.
But because this incident happened so fast, we didn't pay attention.
Yeah, yeah.
But this person came the next day.
Oh.
He rang the bell, and it was a young Malay chap.
Oh.
And he brought his father.
What, sadhu?
So he's actually a pilot with Air Asia. So we were shocked, no? And then we asked him, when you come back, he said actually he was there. He saw the entire incident that happened, and he himself was shocked, and then he was very worried and concerned. To this dog, how is the dog doing? So out of the care and concern, he came back the next day just to see our dog and how we are doing.
Sadhu.
So he actually stopped traffic from coming in.
Yeah. That one helped a lot.
Yeah, he actually stopped the traffic.
Otherwise, the accident could be worse.
Yeah. So this was another one that got me pondering as well.
Yeah.
So the first incident was the car and my dog.
Yeah.
So they both have their own karma.
Yeah.
I mean, like at the wrong time, wrong place.
Yeah.
They don't know each other.
Yeah.
But somehow they collided lah.
Yeah.
And then this is my dog's karma and the driver's karma. So the second one was the person who stopped everybody at the middle of the road from coming up lah. Because we were also in the middle of the road. Right? And this one to me is more like the guardian angel lah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you ask for blessing,
Protection.
guidance and protection. This particular person actually was there to protect us.
Yeah.
But we didn't know, no? Sometimes we don't know they was there. Only the next day only, oh yeah, you were actually there.
Yeah.
So sometimes in life, we also have guardian angel
Hey, God.
that protect us. That's why in our
actually, our society has changed and improved a lot. You continue after I share the other one.
So for me, the lesson that I learned is karma lah.
Yeah.
So from the incident of my dog and the driver, it made me reflect in my relationship and my family. Sometimes I ask, how come my relationship and my dad is like this, or my sibling is like that?
Correct.
But this is actually just karma.
Yeah.
I have my own, and they also have their own karma, and we orbit around each other.
Yeah.
So,
the conditioning orbit around each other.
Yeah, and at this time we are orbiting together.
Yeah.
So this is the law of the karma.
Yeah, law of cause and effect. Yeah, the
So,
moral causation. Yeah, that manifested this. then it let you see that in our society nowadays, there are a lot of good people around, kind people, have genuine concern and care. They have good heart. They meant like want to help and all this thing. That day, I think about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I forgot. There was one morning, I think my brother came back from overseas, Zhangjiajie, I think. Then he and the wife was taking you call it Grab driver. So the Grab driver dropped him here. Then my brother actually parked the car outside. Then he took the car and he drove back now. But I didn't know. No. So my wife thought my brother's car is still there. Maybe he cannot start over. So that was early in the morning. No. I think 7 something or what. I came down and have a look. No. Then I was so surprised. No. It's not my brother. No. It's the Grab driver's car. And he was a young Malay gentleman, 20 years old. He opened up the bonnet. I think I saw some smoke come out. Actually, his radiator, I think, overheat now. He saw the thing. And luckily, he saw it before he reached here, dropped my brother, then only he saw. Then he was actually looking for water, somebody to help him. Then I came down, I have a look, I stare at him, then I just smile when he turned over to my side. So he was so happy. Then he know this must be my brother's brother's house, where he told me going back to SS to my house to take the car. Then he came over to me. He talked to me very nicely. He said, Uncle. He called me uncle, very 20 years old. He said, can do me a favor? I said, what is it that you want? He said, I need some water. I said, can, no problem. He expected me to use the garden hose to feed the car there. But it's opposite there, very far. And my garden hose is not so long. And he dare not drive his car. I said, you don't worry. I said, you got any empty bottle or not? Yeah. You get the big one, Coke. Oh yeah, I got. I said, well, he used to drink when he's thirsty. So he get that over. I said, okay, you can just empty the water. Then I give you the pipe water. Then you go and fill it up. Oh, he said, very good, thank you. So one bottle he thought not enough. He go, he said, enough. He said, about 3/4 only, the water level came up. Then he asked me, he said, any mechanic here? I said, God, I used to have one Ajay. I said, no more, transfer. Then I recommend him to change tire there. That one actually didn't repair car. Luckily he didn't drive there. Then you know what happened? He also Google. Then I said, 103 there at the back court, but don't know what time open. Because got one morning I went with mommy for breakfast 2 days before. It was not open. At 9:30 only open. Then he Googled, oh really, 9:30 only open. Then there was, in between, I was trying to help him Google and get the mechanic nearby. Otherwise I said, you have to go to our Toyota there. You know, there is a Padua, section 19 there, where I service my car. I said, there sure have. His one is a MPV, I think. The one that last time sent us on, what is it? Itiva or what? Ativa or what? Oh, was it Ativa? Oh, small. This one bigger, sorry. But Padua series one. So anyway, he was trying to Google. Then he checked, 9:30. Sekarang belum lapan no. I say, you pergi minum lah. Then you know lah, he said, he is Muslim. He can only drink from a Muslim shop. Oh, I said, the hog tie next to it is non-Muslim. I said, you may be not suitable. Then he tried to Google. Then suddenly somebody passed by, drive by, and he saw me, and he saw his bonnet open now. So this guy is a Chinese guy, younger than me, I think about 50 years old, elderly. He parked the car, and so nice, sincerely walked down and said, your car got problem? You need any help? Then he said, radiator. Oh, don't worry. You follow me, I will take you to the workshop. He said, he know there's somewhere got one workshop. Then this uncle took him. That's why after that he thanked me. But his English is not good. His English is not good. And from the way he tell me that he's a Muslim, he need Muslim, then I know these are really, I think the younger generation where the education system is mainly their language. So his English was not so good, but he's very kind, understand? He called me uncle. Then the other one, that middle-aged 50 years old one, willing to send him. I think he feel the kindness, despite in another community, means this is a Chinese community, because he Grab driver, he send people everywhere. So despite in the middle of the whole settlement where hardly any of their race there, he meet both Chinese, both also very friendly. So nowadays there are a lot of this type of people. And I talked to him, he also very friendly, he's very nice. Although he said he has to use Malay, talk to me in Malay, but his English was, I think, not so good. Can maybe become Grab driver, can talk a bit, but the communication skill is still Malay. So what we are seeing is, despite all these so-called societies misunderstanding or what, but nowadays a lot of Malaysians, I think, they have become different now. It's not so racial anymore. They can help each other, and they are willing to, like your case, come down and stop traffic. All those things. That one is actually quite unique. Then I have also seen on the highway, people stopping their car and help the motorbike guy that fell down, because they in need for help. Then the rest also stop their car and help to like redirect traffic, all those things. So nowadays there are more and more of these people who are helpful, who are sincere and kind-hearted. So we are witnessing a good, what we call, happening that is evolving towards the good direction. Less and less of all those people who actually very selfish, a lot of anger. But of course there are still some. You see the report, for no reason they whack each other and fight over small matter. But I think those are less happening. Yeah, you better continue, Colin. You got 6 more minutes.
Then the next day, actually the Indian man who drove the BMW, he brought me a bottle of wine.
Wow, sadhu. Not bad. Yeah.
I say, you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
I say, we want to.
Yeah.
So okay,
they feel good. They feel good.
We receive that. So we took that as a symbol of good spirit.
Yeah.
Good spirit.
Correct. Yes.
And the person who stopped the traffic.
Yeah.
He's a very young man, a captain, and
pilot.
And he's very sincere. He's very sincere. So we bought him a box of chocolate.
Oh, sadhu.
And we asked him and passed to him.
Yeah.
So this incident has caused some a bit of suffering to my dog.
Yeah, yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of pain to our heart.
Yeah, yeah.
But eventually, after 1.5 months, slowly, and a lot of care, our dog has
Recovered.
recovered lah. Is
Ah,
able to
good.
walk lah.
Sadhu.
We have to
Very good.
carry every day. So yeah, it's a process. It's a
Yeah, yeah,
process
yeah.
that help us to learn or help
Yeah,
me to
yeah,
learn
yeah. Mm.
in especially learning the Dharma
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and how we handle this
Yeah,
situation.
yeah, yeah.
So I'm very grateful
Sadhu.
for the learning,
Yeah, yeah.
especially the Dhamma
Yeah,
sharing,
yeah, yeah.
which I always listen on the audio, especially during traffic
Sadhu.
jam.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I would
yeah.
like to thank also all the team who has been uploading all
Yeah,
these
yeah, all the video,
audios and videos.
audios,
Yeah,
video,
it
yeah.
is very helpful.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's all for my sharing.
Oh, very good. Let us rejoice. Huh? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Oh, that's very good.
Hello, Amitabha Bharatiya.
Yeah, yeah, Amitabha, yeah.
So sorry, Bharatiya. Earlier on, I was listening to your Dhamma sharing on
Mm.
the Heart Sutra, and then after that, I don't know what happened to my phone.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
yeah, and then I also fell asleep, Bharatiya.
Oh, never mind, don't worry. Yeah. Kok Loon
Yeah,
sharing,
so
you heard or not?
I only heard the last part of it,
Oh, then
when
never mind. After the recording come out, you listen. It was a very good sharing about
yeah,
happening that happened recently to the dog
yeah,
and how all the good people come together and resolve it beautifully. The manifestation of kindness and sincerity to help each other is very, very touching and very meaningful.
yeah.
Mm.
That is a very beautiful sharing towards the end that he mentioned.
Yeah, yeah.
Joins with Brother Kok Loon and his dog as well that had full recovery.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
full recovery in that sense,
Not
but
full recovery.
slowly can walk already. Slowly can
Okay.
walk a bit
Yeah.
already. Well, it took
So
1 month plus. 1.5 months. Yeah, not easy.
fully full recovery as well, but it's
Yeah, yeah,
slowly
yeah. Mm.
yeah, yeah. So yeah. Yeah, so glad to hear from Brother Kok Loon after a long time as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And he purposely requests to come to the class with
Oh,
the
okay.
intent to share this story.
Okay, okay. I shall listen to the recorded
Yeah, the
audio then.
recording when it's out.
Correct, correct. Yes. Um.
So your recent trip to Wat Nalong and what Vientiane.
Oh
Ah,
yeah. Recently, I went to Vientiane and
yeah,
also Thailand, not
yeah,
long.
yeah.
Maybe just talk a little bit about the my cultivation about it.
Ah, Sadhu, yeah.
So for myself, because it's only left 2 minutes, maybe quickly just say this one, huh?
Can I summarize a bit? Yeah.
Yeah, summarize a bit. Yeah, the temple, the monastery is very big.
Mm,
And you know the kuti and the shrine and the other part of the temple is like
mm.
kind of far apart, relative. So
Yeah,
in a way, uh, it's not easy. If it's raining.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's like
Especially that place quite cooling. Then in the morning it's quite chill. Yeah, quite. But nice weather. But when it rains, it's not easy to move around. Yeah, most of it is without covered way.
yeah, without the shelter.
Yeah,
So
without the covered way. Mm.
the path is also like if it's raining and wet, it's
Yeah, yeah,
slippery,
yeah. Yeah,
slippery.
slippery
So
and also not so conducive to walk around. Mm.
yes, correct.
Mm.
In fact, the three members fell in the monastery.
Oh,
Yeah, rain and because it's moldy also, when
yeah,
it
yeah,
rain.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, when especially when you're not wearing proper shoes,
Correct, correct.
so
Yes.
I mean, three of them fell, I mean,
Oh,
on
okay.
same time already,
Yeah, yeah.
So But fortunately, nothing serious happened, although
Oh,
we
that's
saw
good.
some
That's good.
storm, that nothing serious happened,
Mm.
fortunately, because all the members are also not young.
Yeah,
So at
yeah, yeah.
first, on the buttock can be hurting one, no?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Very hurting actually. uh,
ground can be
yes.
dangerous also, Yeah. So unfortunately, nothing serious happened to them, other than
Mhm.
maybe a few bumps or bruises on the butt,
Oh,
things
okay, okay.
is cushioned by the butt, hopefully, nothing serious. So
Mm.
anyway, they didn't feel anything bad happen, just
Yeah.
the fall only, and the
Mm.
loud sound
Mm.
and that, that's it.
Mm.
So the place very big and a lot of mosquitoes also, very
Oh,
but
yeah. The area is a forest. It
but
is like
we
a secondary forest area. Mm.
but we bought our mosquito repellent, so it
Mm.
helps a lot. But
Yeah,
without
yeah.
that, wow, the mosquito all over your body, your legs. So in that sense, if you want to fully meditate there, can be not so conducive, not
Yeah,
like
yeah,
camp.
yeah. You must have proper mosquito netting. I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
there
yeah.
is a Malaysian kuti that last time Sri and they all joined in and built one. But mainly for ladies, I was told.
But we didn't get to stay the Malaysian kuti lah. We were given the other kutis. I mean the
Oh,
kutis good, but it's not really. I mean you can also meditate there actually.
oh,
Uh,
okay. Is it like
find
a dormitory one where a lot of yogis sleep side by side to each other, two row, left and right?
there is no like beds. No
Oh, no
bed.
bed one on the floor one.
Yeah, on the floor one.
Last
On
time
the
we
floor.
went there also, we all share, I think, one of
Uh,
the room, about 15 of us, 10 to 15 of us.
yeah. We don't have so many people in one room. We have like
Oh,
four or three people in one room like that lah.
oh, there is a smaller kuti.
Actually, for our kuti is quite big. We have like three rooms. So each
Oh,
room
that
you
is
can.
big. Yeah, three rooms. But ours one is open one that time. They put the man and the lady all open one. Because that time we went, I think, almost one bus full load. Almost 40, 30 hours to 40.
Yeah, actually the kuti is very very nice lah. Very
Mm,
nice in the.
mm,
They have rooms and then they have a hall. They have a pantry.
mm,
They have a
mm.
cash bathroom. They have common toilet and bathroom.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
for that kuti that we are staying, we call it the Hong Kong kuti. Is very
yeah.
nice lah. And then you
Mm.
can even meditate in the hall.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
quite nice. Because they have
Mm.
big windows. I mean, of course, this window you can open it because they have the netting, that you can
Oh,
open
okay.
it, so it's airy after the rain, very nice. But no more time already. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, we better end, Next time we
Uh,
continue, For Cheng. Thank you,
yeah,
Let us
yeah.
rejoice. Sadhu,
So
sadhu, sadhu. Okay, we better do the closing puja. Akasata ca bhumata devanaga mahindika punyang tang anumoditva cirang rakantu loka sasana Etawata Jamehi Sampadan Punya Sampadan Sabbe Deva Anumodantu Sabba Sampati Siddhya Idang me tinang hotu Sukita hontu nyatayo Idang me tinang hotu Sukita hontu nyatayo Idang me tinang hotu Sukita hontu nyatayo Devo Satakalena Sasa Sampati Hetocha Fito Bhavatu Lokocha Raja Bhavatu Dhammiko Imina Punyang Kamina Mame Bala Samagamo Satang Samagamo Hotu Yawa Nivana Patiya Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, you all can now pay respect mindfully to Lord Buddha, Guanyin Bodhisattva, and all the worthy ones. Let me end. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.